Ready for more excitement? Chapter 5 with Angelica is here. Stay tuned until the very end for an unforgettable surprise. On a dimly lit beach, Alex desperately searches for Angelica after a heated argument. Finding her with a well-dressed stranger, Alex faces the painful truth of Angelica's ambition for a luxurious life, symbolized by a cherished seashell from their past. Chapter 5. The fateful decision.
Alex's heart raced as he hurried along the dimly lit beach, his eyes scanning the waves crashing against the shore. Panic and worry gripped him as he searched for any sign of Angelica, his mind replaying their heated argument in the hotel room. Angie, where are you?" he called out, his voice laced with desperation. The soft hush of the ocean waves was his only response, and Alex felt a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach. He had never meant to upset her, never intended to dampen her dreams. All he had wanted was to give her a special trip, a chance for them to create cherished memories together. But his inability to provide the lavish lifestyle she craved had driven a wedge between them, and now he feared he might have lost her forever. As Alex continued his search, his mind raced with 1,000 possible scenarios. What if she had wandered off too far and gotten lost? What if she had fallen and hurt herself? Or worse, what if she had encountered some harm along the way? Suddenly, a glimmer of movement in the distance caught his eye, and Alex's heart leapt with a renewed sense of hope. There, silhouetted against the setting sun, he could make out the unmistakable figure of Angelica, her hair whipping in the gentle breeze. Relief flooded through him, and he quickened his pace, desperate to reach her and make amends. But as he drew closer, he noticed another figure standing beside her, a tall, well-dressed man whose presence sent a chill down Alex's spine. Slowing his steps, Alex approached cautiously, his eyes narrowing as he took in the scene before him. Angelica's posture was tense, her expression a mix of uncertainty and intrigue, as the man leaned in close, his hand gently caressing her cheek. Alex felt a surge of protective anger, his fists clenching at his sides. "Angie!" he called out, his voice cutting through the stillness of the evening. Angelica's head snapped around, her eyes widening at the sight of him. For a moment, a flicker of relief crossed her features, but it was quickly replaced by a hardened determination. The man turned as well, his gaze sweeping over Alex with a look of dismissive disdain. "Ah, so this must be the companion you spoke of," he said, his voice dripping with a condescending tone. Alex swallowed hard, his heart pounding in his chest. "Angie, what's going on? Who is this man?" He took a step forward, his protective instincts kicking into high gear. Angelica's expression darkened, and she moved closer to the stranger, her hand slipping into his. "Alex, well, he's someone who understands me, understands the kind of life I deserve." Alex felt as if the ground had been pulled out from under him, his stomach twisting with a sickening sense of dread. "Angie, what are you saying? I thought we were here to enjoy a trip together, to make memories." Angelica's gaze faltered for a brief moment, a flicker of uncertainty crossing her features. But then she squared her shoulders, her grip on the stranger's hand tightening. "Alex, I'm sorry, but I can't keep living this simple, ordinary life. I need more. I deserve more." The stranger stepped forward, a smug smile playing on his lips. "My dear, it seems your companion simply cannot provide the life you so rightfully deserve. But I, on the other hand, can offer you the world." Alex felt his heart sink, his mind racing as he desperately tried to understand what was happening. "Angie, please, let's talk about this. We can figure something out, I promise. You don't have to do this." Angelica shook her head, her expression resolute. "I'm sorry, Alex, but my mind is made up. This is my chance to finally break free from the limitations of our humble existence. I need to experience the glamour and excitement that I've always craved." Alex's eyes widened, his voice trembling with a mixture of desperation and disbelief. "But Angie, what about us? What about everything we've shared? Aren't those moments worth more than any amount of wealth or status?" Angelica's gaze faltered, and for a moment, Alex caught a glimpse of the vulnerable girl he had known and loved. But then the steely determination returned, and she pulled her hand away from the stranger's, taking a step towards Alex. Alex, you know how much you mean to me, but this is my chance to finally live the life I deserve. A life of luxury, admiration, and recognition. Surely you can understand that? Her voice was soft, almost pleading, but there was a finality to her words that cut Alex to the core. Alex felt his heart shatter, the weight of her decision crushing him. He had always known that Angelica's ambitions were larger than the modest life they had shared, but he had never imagined that she would abandon him so completely. Angie, please, don't do this. I can try harder, I can find a way to give you the things you want. Just don't leave me, he whispered, his voice laced with a raw desperation. Angelica's expression softened for a moment, and she reached out, her fingers gently brushing his cheek. Oh, Alex, you'll always have a special place in my heart, but this is my chance to finally live the life I've always dreamed of. I need you to understand that. The stranger stepped forward, his hand resting possessively on Angelica's shoulder. My dear, I'm afraid we must be going. The world is waiting for us, and I cannot bear to keep you from the life you so richly deserve. Angelica glanced back at the man, a small nod of acknowledgement, before turning her attention back to Alex. Goodbye, Alex. I hope you can find happiness, even if it's not with me. With that, she turned and walked away, her hands slipping into the stranger's as they disappeared into the fading light. Alex stood rooted to the spot, his heart shattering with each step she took, the sound of the crashing waves seeming to mock his anguish. He reached into his pocket, his fingers closing around the smooth, familiar seashell that Angelica had given him all those years ago. As the tears streamed down his face, Alex sank to his knees, his world crumbling around him. The life he had envisioned, the future he had hoped for, had been ripped away in an instant, leaving him with nothing but a broken heart and a bittersweet reminder of what could have been.
Paul's sun can slow down in the lights we glow. Feel the rush, take the crown to the beat we flow. No stop, can't let up now, the sound is all we know. We are alive in the glow. We are alive in the show. We are alive in the flow. We are alive, feel the power grow. Hands up, no backseat, under stars we rise. Feel the bass in the heat, lose sense of time. Can't stop in this heartbeat, feel the rhythm, close your eyes. We are alive in the glow. We are alive in the show. We are alive in the flow. We are alive, feel the power grow.